Hey everyone, today I got for you a 2v2 Crucible mod. I did this with some buddies, and this one here is pretty long. It's a pretty long fight, so I'm just gonna go ahead. I think I'm gonna go ahead and start it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start it. You'll see me build up and all that. It takes a while to capture these points. So here I am playing my buddies. I got Alrican Angel. Not sure how to say that, but he's a good buddy of mine. And you got Tail Fox and Demandis. Demandis is actually a way better Imperial Guard player than me. I can never beat him in a fight. But you'll see some pretty cool. So you got triple guard and you got orcs. I haven't done an orc video in a while, so you'll see some orc action.
Reporting for duty, sir.
Now this intro is pretty long, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and skip ahead for a bit.
For duty, sir.
My plan was to do a forward base. I do a forward base because I don't know how the fight works. Orcs typically beat guard. Most of the time orcs are really good against guard. And Necrons beat guard too. So I had no idea how the fight works. So I decided to do a forward base. A lot of my starting units don't do anything that works, so I decided to do a forward base. That was my plan. After that, I kind of improvised. As you can see here, I'm almost 3 minutes in, and I'm still capping my points. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip for a bit. I'll show you other players. They're still capping their points too. It takes a while. So Orcs does a HQ opening. Imperial Guard is a pretty standard opening, I would say. That's a pretty normal opening. And pretty soon my building will be up. I put a bunch of conscripts in there. I'm not a fan of doing this forward turret thing. I find it cheesy. But it's really guard's only option against this, so there's not a whole lot I can do. And if you do want to play a defensive playstyle, you do have to build a forward base. You have to build a forward base for your turrets and stuff. So eventually you do have to build a forward base, even if you're playing defensively. So this was gonna happen. This was gonna happen no matter what, basically. Then you got some cavalry going. I think I will fast forward for all the boring parts, and I'll just skip to the fight stuff. Like cavalry. And because it's Crucible, you'll see some crazy big action fights. Yeah, I got some horse riders against some conscripts. I like getting the grenade upgrade and throwing the grenade as cavalry. Cavalry is super fast, and you can throw the grenade and just do a lot of damage. These conscripts cost basically nothing. So, even though I am getting kills left and right, this costs the enemy basically nothing. I do scare them off though. I scare them off the point. So, I do get some map control. I do basically no damage, but I got map control. And as you can see from over here, I'm still capping this point. So it really does just take forever. It takes a long time to cap the points. Oh, and we are playing on a Crucible map. I should mention that too. There's a lot of maps out there just for big fights like this. So you'll see some custom maps. I do like these upgraded guardsmen. These flamethrowers actually do lots of damage to level 1 units. So that's pretty cool. Here you got some commandos. Commandos are infiltrated, but commando action. Or commandos are actually really good. There you go, there's some commandos for you. They look really good. I got the graphics set to low, so it makes it, you kind of have to set the graphics to low when you're doing Crucible. You got these big massive fights, and it takes up a lot of computer space. So you pretty much have to have the graphics on low. Especially if you're doing multiplayer. You can't have high graphics with multiplayer. Now if you're doing story mode, you can crank that thing all the way up to the highest. If you're doing a campaign or whatever, you can have high graphics. That should be fine. Campaign is mostly 1v1s, and I think you can do 1v1s with everything turned up to max. But when it comes to these multiplayer videos, you have to turn everything down. So here, we did some fights, and now we're teching. Teching takes a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip a bit. This is like a 30-minute replay, but I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward it. I'm gonna try to make it like 20. I'm gonna try to make it like a 20-minute replay. Oh yeah, I decided to make the Colonel. My biggest mistake in the last, we played this a couple times, and I think my biggest mistake was actually not making the Colonel. The Colonel helps out a lot. The Colonel has this aura that helps out a lot when you play Imperial Guard. So yeah, me and these guys have been playing a lot, back and forth, and I gotta make the Colonel more often. His aura actually helps out a lot. Now when it comes to the Colonel, I never upgrade him. There's pretty much no point in upgrading him. He is better than the basic commanders, but I usually never upgrade him. His aura is really good though. So I got some heavy weapon teams. I'm getting cheeky. Now over here it could be anything, right? You know, it's Crucible. In Crucible, anything could happen. So I was scared to move forward. And these are very expensive units that I have right now. Right now I'm trying to upgrade my commander all the way so I can get the command tank. The command tank is extremely strong, especially at like 10 minutes. If you get the command tank at like 10 minutes, you usually win. To get the command tank, you have to upgrade your commander all the way. As you can see here, I'm floating, which means I probably could get the command tank if I really tried. This is the enemy. The enemy drops down to Lehman Russ. Lehman Russ is a lot stronger than Chimera. I do take out these Storm Boys, so that's not bad. I get the crack grenades. Let's see some crack grenade action. Now, Chimera in Special Weapon Team is like 200 points. So, this right here costs me like nothing. As you can see here, I have plus 240. So, doing this Chimera Special Weapon Team, it cost me basically nothing. So I decided to go for it. I managed to decap this. I decapped that. And I'm trying really hard to decap this one. Again, this guy is a really strong Imperial Guard player, and we played a lot. I think he knows my playstyle. He knows my playstyle, so he's trying to counter it. I managed to get the decap off. And in Crucible, where every listening post is like plus 10, plus 20. A decap is actually pretty massive. So getting that decap off was very massive. These turrets here are like 300 each, which is pretty expensive even now. 300 each is quite a bit. Oh yeah, here's where it gets kind of funny. You'll see these vulture gunships. This is Guard's strongest air vehicle, and they do massive damage to everything. They already killed the Lehman Russ, no problem. They're extremely powerful. I think each one of these is 500, so they're slightly more than a turret. I think there's 4 of them, so that's like 2,000 resources right there. So this is a 2,000 resource army. As you can see here, they're taking out the Lehman Russes, no problem. I think he did take out all the generators. Taking out the generators, taking out anything is huge. So this is, you know, and these Lehman Russes are like 300 each. They cost the same as turrets. So taking out these Lehman Russes is pretty important. Oh, here I got the command tank. So I did max out my commander and get the command tank. Command tank is really strong. It's a very powerful vehicle. So I'll get the command tank going. And this is Orc's base right now. Orc's base is, he's got a really nice, I really like the setup. It's a really nice setup. Yeah, he got all the generators, so he's rebuilding. He's also doing the airstrike ability, which I'm not very good at using it. I'm not too good at using the airstrike ability. Yeah, all these banners that's like 6 or 7 banners going down. This is a very expensive army though. If this army goes down, that's, you know. And here I try to go from side to side. I'm trying to have these things protect me. But my command tank dies. Going from one side to the other killed my vehicle. And these things here, these platforms, these things do absolute massive damage to anything. These platforms are way stronger than I thought they'd be. Yeah, my tank goes down. I think that's without any of the Lehman Russ upgrades. So I think I did alright, considering I didn't have any of the Lehman Russ upgrades. And these commandos here just kill my commander. These commandos kill my maxed out commander, no problem. So these commandos are really strong. They're what, 40 to 60. It's a very strong unit. Yeah, these vultures are just all over the place. There's not a lot of counters. I'll tell you guys now, there's not a lot of counters to these vultures. They're just really strong. They're 500 each, I think, but even in Crucible, there's not a lot of counters to these.
Ready to pacify the area.
I do think Imperial Guard is not the strongest faction in Crucible. So when I see crazy stuff like this, I think it's fine. I really think Imperial Guard is actually pretty low on the tier list when it comes to Crucible. They lose to a lot of things. I think Orcs are just better. They have a lot more advantages. So when I see crazy stuff like this, I think it's fine. with Imperial Guard, you kind of have to abuse things to win. I know that sounds weird, but you kind of have to. Here you got these upgraded turrets. These upgraded turrets will kill pretty much anything in the game. You have to use artillery. If you have artillery, you can destroy it. Artillery can like destroy these no problem. Here you got a Stormlord. This player here lost all his generators, so there's pretty much no way you can fight a Stormlord. And also, I found out you can't stun these vehicles, which is really annoying. You used to be able to. You used to be able to stun level 4 vehicles, but now you can't. I tried to stun these and you can't. So it makes fighting these guys really hard. Looks like he went for melta guns, which is interesting. You don't see Lehman Russ melta guns too often. Lehman Russ can have any gun in the game, I think. It has pretty much any. It pretty much has every gun in the game. But yeah, you got triple relic vehicle is extremely hard to deal with. You can repair it, and it's just really hard to deal with. This is very hard to deal with if you're anyone, especially at 20 minutes. 20-minute relic vehicle is really strong. And what's funny is, this guy here probably planned all this. You know, he knew he was Imperial Guard. He knew he had a plan before he started. And this is with wasting money on these turrets here. These turrets here are super expensive, and he still managed to out-tech everybody. Yeah, you see these vultures just absolutely decimating everything, which goes to show you how these vehicles here are extremely strong. We're also playing with increased population, and with orcs, all they really gotta do is build a barracks, and they're already level 3 because of the increased population thing. So orcs should have a massive advantage. Yeah, triple relic vehicle is extremely difficult to deal with, if anyone. I just now got level 4, so I'm super behind. Orcs has a Squiggoth. Squiggoth doesn't do, as far as I know, Squiggoth doesn't do well against Baneblade. I do like this bomb. That's a nice bomb there. Here I got the general speech. General speech, I can destroy the morale of basically anyone. So that's really nice if he goes for like a infantry heavy. If he decides to go full infantry, I can destroy the morale, which will give us a big advantage in a fight. If I used it now, it wouldn't do anything, so I'm saving it. Even with all this money, I decided not to get another command tank. The command tank is like 900 points, which is pretty expensive. It's a very powerful vehicle, but it's like 900 points. And these buildings here are like two-shotting my Lehman Russ, which is pretty crazy. These buildings here are really strong. So yeah, orcs have a very powerful defense. And you just dropped a Baneblade, which is, this has to be the ultimate disrespect. That has to be the biggest disrespect you can do, just dropping a Baneblade. And I believe the Imperial Guard guy got killed or gave up. So now it's a 1v2. And winning a 1v2 in Crucible is very hard. It's very hard. It's doable. It is doable, which that's what makes these interesting. These replays. It is doable to win from this, so that's what makes it interesting. Oh yeah, we decided to ban nukes. Because nukes are a fun killer. If you're using nukes against a computer, that's fine. But if you're playing against real people, nukes are just super fun killer. Here I got my Lehman Russ army. I think of Guard, having a huge Lehman Russ army is usually the way to go. So, usually, if you have a big Lehman Russ army, you usually win. Most of the time. Here he's got a relic artillery, which is really strong, actually. This relic artillery can, I think, 2-shot turrets or something. So it's a very strong vehicle. Oh yeah, we are upgrading these turrets. Increased health. So all these turrets here have increased health. But relic vehicles are extremely strong. So let me check how strong this is. 200, 300. That's pretty good, I think. Oh yeah, I got some Grot tanks. Grot tanks are actually amazing. Grot tanks are what? 30 to 48. Grot tanks are really good. Here we got some Earthshaker platforms. I'm actually not a big fan of Earthshaker platforms. Usually they miss or they're just too slow. And each one is like 600 or something like that. I think each one's 600. So I'm actually not a big fan of Earthshaker platforms. I do decide to build Earthshaker platforms against orcs because when you're fighting orcs, it's pretty hard to miss. When it comes to orcs, you don't have to worry about missing. Now I think when we played this, we were playing for a while. We've been playing all day, so we were probably tired at this point. Yeah, there's pretty much no way to beat this unless you have there's pretty much no way to beat this unless you have like a bomb or unless you have like a bomb or something. I think the orc bomb could destroy all this. Oh, and also the orc planes, the orc aircraft have these like nukes on them. That's another thing you can do. You can get the orc airplane nuke, and you can start nuking all this. The orc airplane nuke is ridiculously strong. So if he would have made that, he would have been fine. This is like the 5th Baneblade, which goes to show you how strong these turrets are. These turrets are so strong that it's going through the Baneblades. But yeah, we managed to destroy and cap all this, which was nice. Here I got this defense going, just in case he does break through. I thought for sure he would base trade. I thought he would send something out. And here I got these these are basically maxed out Lehman Russes. So I'm sending these maxed out Lehman Russes to kill orcs. And even these maxed out, these are like maxed out Lehman Russes, and even they struggle. They are really struggling against these. So yeah, orcs defense is nuts. I don't know how much, I have no idea how much these buildings cost, but they're destroying the maxed out Lehman Russes no problem. So yeah, orcs defense is pretty nutty. Oh yeah, I was floating a lot, so I do make a command tank. Again, the command tank is really powerful. We are slowly but surely moving up, trying to... I think we figured out by now that level 4 vehicles aren't going to cut it. Level 4 vehicles just aren't strong enough to kill this. And here I think he moved up too. He's pushing forward. So we're kind of doing a building, we're using buildings to kill each other. Fast forward a bit. I decided to make I go for the fire one, the fire bane blade. I thought by now he would have a huge orc army. So I go for the fire bane blade. And here I go, this is my Titan factory. Because nukes were off limit, I go for the Titan factory instead. And with this much money you can buy a Titan. This is enough money to buy a Titan. Yeah, I'm trying to put a dent in this other side, but it's just really hard. I just cannot put a dent in this. So yeah, these orc buildings are really, really, really strong. And this is just one player too. Just one player is enough to hold us. You know, we're sending relic vehicles after him, and he's holding pretty well. There's not a lot we can do to stop this. Oh yeah, he goes for a Shadow Sword. Shadow Sword is smart. An anti-Titan. It's an anti-Titan weapon. Got an anti-Titan vehicle. And then here's my Titan. So we got a Titan and an anti-Titan. So pretty good setup, I think. Now when it comes to Titans, I pretty much have no idea how to use them. I pretty much never get to this part of the game, the late game. So when it comes to Titans, I suck at using them. I have no idea like what to do with them. I pretty much never get this far. Even when I play offline. I usually win before the Titan comes out.
Enemies of the Imperium hear me. You have come here to die.
These Shadow Swords are like 1,000 each.
We are invincible. His soldiers will strike you down. His war machines will crush you under their treads. His mighty guns will bring the very sky crashing down upon you. So make yourselves ready. You cannot win.
That's 2 Shadow Swords down. They're like 1,000 each, so that's 2,000 resources right there. And I did use the general speech. I thought for sure by now he would have an army. And also I used the general speech to just, you know, annoy him, basically. You know, I got a Titan, haha. So, I used the general speech to annoy him. Yeah, pretty cool. I think he's having a hard time microing all these buildings. This is a lot of buildings. And he's trying to micro all of them. Even I would have a hard time microing all these buildings. Here we throw out the GG. At this point in the game we can Titan spam. We have enough money to Titan spam. And there's not a lot you can do to stop that. And he's got this Titan here. Pretty cool. Yeah. But yeah, at this point we can just Titan spam all day, basically. Pretty cool. I really enjoy this one. I was scared to death of, you know, them having a big super unit, especially at 30 minutes. Usually at 30 minutes you have a big super unit. So that's kind of why I build this big, I kept building up over here because I was really scared that he would have something, you know, if you have like a really powerful artillery unit, you can take all this stuff down in a couple minutes. You know, if you have a big, really strong artillery unit, you can take out all of this in like 2 or 3 minutes. So that's why I kept building up. I was scared of that. So yeah, I'm building a shadow sword too. So we all got shadow swords. And yeah. So I have plus 300, plus 500, and the other guy about the same. He has plus 600. So he has a little bit more power than me. Yeah. I guess that's it. I really enjoyed this one. It was fun. It was kind of funny with the vultures. I think going pure defense and then vultures is actually a solid strategy. Vultures are just really, really good. And yeah, if the game kept going, as you can see here, I don't have a big army. If the game kept going, I could have made a huge, like, massive army. I think I have all the upgrades. I think I have all the upgrades in this building. So I have all the upgrades. I just didn't have an army. And I could have just army spammed. And as you can see here, we have a crap ton of relic points. So we can spam relic units all day. So yeah, it was fun. I really like this. I really like Crucible, and I really like this setting. And I do like playing with these guys. Playing with these guys are fun. And yeah, I think that's it. Double Imperial Guard action. I still think they're pretty weak. You know, you got Dark Eldar who can shoot from across the map. You got Tau who can one-shot basically anything. You got, you know, all kinds of crazy stuff. You got Dark Eldar who has just massive, massive damage, and just they're very fast. Dark Eldar has invisible Titans, which is just super hard to deal with, and just all kinds of crazy stuff. So yeah, that's it. I think I do have assassins somewhere in this mess. Somewhere in this mess, I do have assassins somewhere. I found out assassins in Crucible are actually not that good. It takes like 4 shots to kill a Space Marine. So yeah, assassins are in Soulstorm. You could like one-shot Terminators, but in Crucible, assassin takes like 4 shots to kill Space Marine. So it's pretty crazy. The difference between Crucible and Soulstorm is massive. But yeah, I had fun. I thought this was a fun replay. And yeah, thanks for watching. And really, if you think about it, if orcs had that apocalyptic flying unit, you could just drive around and just blow up whatever you wanted. You could blow up my base with that unit, the flying missile unit. So you could have blew up my base if you had that. So that's why I kept building up. That's why I kept playing defensive even though we were winning. I was super scared of that vehicle. And yeah, I think I explained everything. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.